Being logical is it's cool, but being illogical, there's beauty in abstract art. Like some things don't have to make sense in a traditional sense. Like some ideas they're gonna work, and you have to have a vision for it, and you get a feeling for it, and it's intuitive. Intuition it supersedes logic, right? It's a calculated understanding of something that you may not yet understand why, but you just know, right? Like intuition is key, and women have great intuitive powers. Great, because women operate within understanding the spectrum of the emotional plane. Emotions are not a bad thing. It's what makes human beings human. It gives us our sense of love, depth, and empathy, right? It's what connects living things to care about each other whatsoever. Right? Women have to be more empathetic because women produce babies. Men don't produce babies. Men just know that the logic is I have to protect my family. I have to take care. I have to provide. Like that just makes sense, and I'm going to do it because that's my duty. So a man can be programmed quicker like a soldier because he can understand things that supersede his emotions. Right? Once he start, I got to do this. I don't feel like it. That's when he's stuck in his emotions, and now he can't move like a man because a man is his mind. So he got to be able to program himself to use himself, and if he can't, then he don't feel like a man. He's telling himself stuff to do, man, we got to get this done. And then he procrastinates on it for 3 years. That ain't man business. A man, I told you to do this, man. He took care of business like a man. When a person say you took care of business like a man, they're not saying that, women don't take care of business. But a woman is a womb man. So the difference is you have a womb. You have this cycle of emotional plane and womb energy that you have that men don't. We don't have that. So we only take care of business like a man. We don't take care of business like a womb. Right? You take care of business like a womb man. I take care of business like a man only. Right? So just within that difference, you can see why men, when the brain focuses on one task, anything, it masters it quicker. Since our minds are built to be pure of logic, right? Then we are going to build up more dominant features, traits, characteristics in that particular area. But a woman has two different dualities of responsibility, right? So before she is a man, she is a womb, right? Because man is mind. Come on, talk to me now. Talk to me. That's what it is. Man is mind. Before a woman is a man, she is a womb. You did? So therefore, her first responsibility, her first dominant is her womb energy. Then her mind energy. So she operates from that womb energy. Big womb energy. We big mind energy. You do what the womb do, I do what the mind do. But you got a womb and a mind, but the womb come first. So let me handle my business because my mind business come first. So this is what we need to take care of. And she going to have all of these other thoughts because the womb is that cycle of emotional plane and creative and creationist energy. You know what I'm saying? She got a factory in there you give her the high level, which is the sperm. Listen, hey, I'm going to give you this. You take care of business. The womb in there, hey, it manufacturing things. Don't even worry. I'm going to put together arm, leg, rims. I'm going to put together everything this goddamn baby need. You just give me the high idea. You dig? A thought is like a sperm. So if you got a woman on the team, women on the team be making dreams come true. That's just reality. But men know how to use feminine energy as well. Some of the greatest artists in the world were men. And guess what? That's feminine energy. Expression, communication, tonality. That's feminine energy. The art of things is feminine energy. What it is, so let's say this, and no things are definitive, right? What it is, let's say, just look at it in this term, right? Like what it is, let's say that's masculine. But the way it is, let's say that's feminine, right? So let's say you are a samurai warrior, right? What it is, that's masculine. That's the thing itself. It's solid. We know what it is. The way of the warrior, the way he moves his sword, the way he battles, the way of the warrior is the feminine, the style, right? So the what is the masculine, but the style is the feminine, So like even styling, like I'm wearing all black right now. I don't want to overthink it. That to me, and of course I got some style in there, but that's pre-programmed flyness. I ain't really have to overthink it. But the way That's the feminine. That's the feminine. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is the masculine. That's the logical thought. But the way I'm saying it, that's the feminine. You know, that's the way of expression. You dig? So you can kind of understand, you know, masculine and feminine in those terms a little bit. So understanding the way of something, right? Or understanding the why of something. So neither one supersedes other as this is more important than that. No, that's not the way it was ever supposed to be looked at. And so that's why people demean, oh, masculine is this or feminine is this. And you get mad at somebody saying men have this and women have this, as if you don't have both within you. It just depends on which one are you feeding, but one is more naturally prone to you when you're not in survival state. Right? Like when men are in, sometimes, you know, like during anxiety and stress, it decreases testosterone. You're less masculine when you have over anxiety and over stress. The man is not meant to stress. We're not meant to be stressed out. We are not meant to be stressed. We do not operate good in stress and anxiety, right? And when you look at black men in America, most of them have stress, anxiety. Shout out to Shaka in the building. Shout out to Donnie. I seen her earlier in here. We're not meant to be stressed out. That decreases our testosterone. Why? Because you cannot think clear. It's the thinking man that's the most dangerous one. You get out that man's way, and you know he's a high level thinker. You allow him to think clear, and I'm only speaking for me. I can't speak from the feminine perspective, you know. But it's the same thing. If a woman is not stressed as well, right? She can. Come on, man. He trying to stress me out. See, the Uber driver almost hit the car in front of me. No, I'm just playing. You good, Chief? I'm good. You know, so like we not meant to be fearful. You know, it's the same thing with the woman. She's not meant to stress out. She's not meant to worry about her future. She's meant to have some protector and a provider. If she has to become that, it decreases her ability to constantly be feminine, because now she has to also be the masculine. So you have to understand that, yes, she may want to be more feminine, but when she has to be masculine, it decreases her ability to be more feminine. It's not until she is in a place where she can be in her softness to where she can really, really, really thrive. You know, it's the same thing with nature. You take nature in harsh conditions, right? It's getting too much water. It's getting too much sunlight, right? So now nature has to defend itself, decreasing its ability to naturally thrive. It may have to mutate to survive. So its natural geometrical flow of growth and rhythm, right, of nurture and existence is cut off. And when a black man's his is cut off, it decreases his testosterone, which decreases, you know, his ability to produce sperm and life, and decreases his ability to think clearly and come up with ideas and, you know, say be and it is and go from point A to point B. That's what we are made to do, go from point A to point B. You know, we're supposed to be able to say, hey, I want to become this, and we come up with the steps in a mathematical, logical manner, and we get it done. That's it. And it's so, you roll up the windows a little bit, Chief. I think there's nothing wrong for a woman being dependent on a man, right? That just means that man that she's with is reliable. That's all that is. You know, the whole idea, everybody in the world wants people that they can depend on. Everybody wants somebody they can depend on. You know? Shout out to Kenny Burns in the building. Everybody wants somebody they can depend on. There's nothing wrong with that. That just means she has a man that's reliable. You know, so now she doesn't have to worry. So now she can breathe. She can be in her softness. She can come home and got the robe on, ready, waiting for you, because she ain't got to think of that, because you so reliable. She just know you go do it. You consistent. Oh, man, you so dependable. So guess what? I can now depend on you. Because everybody wants dependence when it's tax time. Everybody wants dependence when it's tax time. You know what I'm saying? So you got to learn how to be dependable, man. Ain't nothing wrong with it. If I say I'm going to bring home, listen, every time I tell you I'm going to bring home something and I bring it home, I can depend on you. Guess what? You ain't got to worry about. is bringing that home. You ain't got to worry about bringing home the food. You ain't got to worry about protecting us. You ain't got to worry about providing us. You ain't got to worry about any of those things because I got us. And you can still depend on yourself, because it doesn't mean you no longer have dependency on yourself. It just means that you have somebody reliable that, you can now depend on as well. And so independent woman today don't really mean what it says it means. It's a connotation, right? So it's a connotation attached to it of like this air of, I don't need nobody. Like, nah, that's not what it is. Even a man that is independent, we say we don't need nobody, but every man needs a woman. Every man that is a man that has a vision, every man that is growing needs a team. He can be self-sufficient and independent in his endeavors and his abilities, right? But growth requires you to depend on other people. And there's so much strength in dependency, in the sense to where it's like, yo, you say you're going to do something. If I got a team and I depend on them to do certain things and they do it, that's love. If I got to do it myself, that's a lack of trust. Oh, I can't trust nobody else to do it. I won't relinquish that ability, that trust I have in myself onto anybody else. Nah. So anyway, I'll leave y'all with those bit of words. It's beautiful to be dependent on somebody. It's beautiful to be relying on somebody. But that does not mean you destroy self-sufficiency. That does not mean you don't no longer depend on yourself. You found some good people in your life. All right, I'm 19 Keys. I got to go. I'm at my destination. Y'all be blessed.